expect all day here in Birmingham, Alabama, as the Tigers Tango. And this is an annual event. The Maroon Tigers of Morehouse taking on the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee at the 86th annual Tuskegee Morehouse Football Classic from Legion Field in the Magic City of Birmingham, Alabama. Hello, everybody. I'm James Barrett, along with two-time Super Bowl champion and proud graduate of the Fort Valley State University, Tyrone Poole. And Tyrone, we have two teams headed in different directions. One is getting stronger while the other one really trying to find its way.
Yeah, you have Tuskegee, who's coached by first-year coach Ruffin. They started out with 2 losses, lost to Fort Valley, lost to a tough loss there, but then they were able to bounce back with 3 straight wins, so they're on a 3-game winning streak. On the other hand, you have Coach Freeman and those Morehouse Maroon Tigers. They are on a 5-game losing streak. Had a good fight with Edward Waters, but came up short. So I'm pretty sure they're looking to get that first win tonight.
Let's take a look at our impact players. And for the Maroon Tigers, they'll be using a 2-quarterback system. Derek West along with Jalen West, they will be in center stage for the Maroon Tigers. And Dante Edwards, a transfer from Miles, where Reginald Ruffin came from, will be the running back. And they have a young freshman in Vincent Hill who is dynamic at the linebacker spot.
Well, all those guys going to have big nights tonight. They got to have big nights for Morehouse if they want to get that first win.
You take a look at Reginald Ruffin, a very, very unique situation, Tyrone, because he said that he was going to take the job, takes the job as athletic director and head football coach, and then about 2 months later he decides, this is my last year coaching football.
Yeah, well, the athletic director, he still is going to have a big hand in what happens at Tuskegee. So now he has an opportunity to leave an identity once he makes that transfer to the AD job only.
And you see Rich Freeman, head coach in his 16th season as head coach, 17 years on campus. He's just trying to find a way. His team has been decimated by injury.
Well, as they say, next man up. So this is why football has a deep bench, as they say. You always want to recruit as many players as you can because you never know which part is going to go down in that engine during the season. Next man up, as they say.
Alubadi Baker will handle the kickoff for the Maroon Tigers as the 86th annual Tuskegee Morehouse Classic here at Legion Field is underway. Tuskegee will take it inside their own 20 and work it all the way out to their 40-yard line. A good return for the Golden Tigers.
You know, this Morehouse Tuskegee Classic, even though Tuskegee has the best record, both of these teams, when they play each other, it's a classic. It's a rivalry. So you know what they say about rivalries. You throw the records out the window.
Starting from their own 40 will be the Golden Tigers. Bryson Williams coming in for Malik Davis at quarterback. And Bryson, a junior from Lithonia, Georgia, with 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. They're going to give it to Taron Taylor, and Taylor is off to the races, enough for a first down, and Moore gets beyond midfield into Maroon Tiger territory, and the senior from Scottsdale, Georgia, stepping up big.
Yeah, that's a great seal on the outside by the tight end to allow the running back to cut that corner and pick up positive yards for Tuskegee.
So exactly at midfield are the Golden Tigers, and their offense trying to churn along. They are doing pretty good this year, averaging a little bit over 300 yards of total offense. Once again, keeping it on the ground. Now the quarterback, Williams, able to get some positive yards, about 7 on that carry before he's brought down.
Yeah, take a look at it again here. Fake the RPO. Quarterback keeps it. Make sure he tuck that ball. You see him put both arms around that football. Don't want to lose that football. I'm pretty sure that's a staple of a well-coached Coach Ruffin's team. Limit the turnovers.
Second down and short. Williams still staying in the shotgun. Now he's going to try to pass. Incomplete. And there is a late flag. Pass intended for Jordan Ogletree.
Yeah, I think Ogletree saw that safety sitting in the middle on that skinny post.
Pass interference called on the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse, which will move Tuskegee up 15, and you see the replay right there. Now the ball inside the 30 of the 29 for the Golden Tigers. Fumble on the play, ball is loose, and Williams smartly lands on top of it, trying to pull it out from Taylor, and that one just didn't go right.
You know, that's the problem sometimes with this RPO. You know, the quarterback, he's reading that end, and if that end crashes towards the running back, then the quarterback is taught to keep the ball. And on that situation as well, the running back wants the ball. So you got two people fighting for the ball, and on that play right there, the quarterback tried to pull it out, but luckily, they got the ball back on that fumble.
7 yards on the fumble loss, and now 2nd down and 17. Williams going deep, trying to find a receiver. Catch is made, an acrobatic reception. Good play there by Antonio Meeks, the 6'2 freshman, makes a great play inside the 20.
Yeah, that's a nice throw by Williams, nice catch. He threw it on the outside to shoulder. You know, when these receivers run those go routes, the reason why they are taught to run as close to the numbers as possible so they can leave it outside for the quarterback to throw the ball.
Taylor trying to cut back, but this time he's stopped by a host of white shirts, Elijah Campbell and others right there on the tackle. Taylor, the senior, out of Scottsdale, Georgia, by way of Tucker High School.
You know, Tuskegee is still traditional, right? They still want that logo on the back. And, you know, when I look at the players' backs, I'm expecting to see names on the back of those jerseys during this day and age of football.
Still staying with the one-back set. Williams now trying to go inside. And this time, nothing doing. Elijah Campbell once again stepping up big, the big senior out of Gadsden, Alabama, by way of Georgia Southern.
You know, again, when you have two teams that play each other annually in this classic, again, they're going to play each other tough. Morehouse does have a pretty good run defense, so it's not going to be easy pickings for Tuskegee running the ball. And Coach Freeman, he's a dedicated coach who runs a dedicated team.
Dante Edwards in for the running back for the Golden Tigers. Williams now off the fake, throwing into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Tigers.
Touchdown, Golden Tigers.
DeAndre Harvey, the tight end,
That's
gets on the scoreboard first for Tuskegee.
Yeah, had a little breakdown right there in the secondary for Morehouse. Quarterback starts to scramble. Everybody keeps watching the quarterback, and it allows that receiver to find that soft spot. Williams throws it in for a touchdown.
Arnaz Huskett with the point after attempt is good. And the Golden Tigers get on the scoreboard first using the long pass to set up another short pass as they are able to get on the scoreboard and get a 7-0 lead. 86th annual Morehouse Tuskegee Football Classic coming up. More next. From Douglasville, Georgia, DeAndre Harvey gets his first touchdown of the season here in the Tuskegee Morehouse Classic at the historic Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama. And he looks like he is a happy camper right now because his team able to drive down the field and get on the scoreboard. Reginald Ruffin is his initial season as head coach and also his last season. He'll be transitioning into a full-time AD position. And he says he thinks it's time. He wants the challenge of trying to help all of the other coaches within the Tuskegee University system, trying to bring up all of their teams to championship level. Marquez Pride back deep for Morehouse. And handling the kicking duties, Arnez Huskett. And we're underway. And, oh, that's not what you want to do on the return. As the return man stepped out of bounds, looks like that was Brogdon Quarter, and looks like Jalen West, the redshirt freshman, transfer from the United States Military Academy from West Point, coming in as the starting quarterback. You see his numbers last week, 42 yards, and he did run it for 61. And that's not the way you want to start with a delayed game deep in your own territory, Tyrone. Pushing him back all the way to the 5-yard line. Now, West out of his own end zone. He's going to keep it and run. And he gets back to the original line of scrimmage and may have gained 1, possibly 2 yards. And right there to make the tackle, big number 98, Turner out of Camden, Alabama. Now second down and long. West looking to throw out of his own end zone. Can't find anybody, and he's off to the races. Once again, able to get some positive yards. Malik Moore right there to shoulder him down. And he may be about 2 yards short of the first. Third down and 2 for Jalen West in his first series here at the 86th annual Morehouse Tuskegee Classic. West going to keep it again. And they'll say that he was down short of the first, and it will be a punting situation for Morehouse. First series for West. And back deep, Alubadi Baker will handle the punting. Averages about 35 yards a punt. And back deep is Michael King for Tuskegee. King will take it right at midfield. He eludes 2 defenders, but the third guy was able to drop him right at the 49-yard line of Tuskegee. We'll take a break. 9:03 left in the opening quarter. Let's see if Tuskegee can add on to their 7-point lead. Stay tuned.
there be no doubt you are ready for whatever comes next. You've got bars to raise, expectations to exceed, status quos to rise above. And you've come to the right place, because it all starts right here, which is precisely why we are so proud to support HBCU programs.
Yo, new Sprite?
No, same Sprite, new bottle. It's kinda like same floater, new heights.
Same jam, new style points.
Same pregame, new drip.
Same spokes, new person.
Same ice, new tray. That's cold.
New bottle, same refreshing Sprite.
Join the HBCU family. You become part of the tradition of breaking barriers in your community, breaking ground in your career, and bringing it with everything you do. From how you look to how you move in the classroom, on the court, and on the field. That's why Academy Sports and Outdoors is proud to celebrate the HBCU legacy and all those to add to it in their own way.
And the Golden Tigers with a 7-point lead here in the 86th annual Tuskegee Morehouse Classic. James Red along with Tyrone Poole. Bryson Williams able to masterfully drive his team down for the first score of the game. Now with excellent field position at midfield, they get their second series. Still staying in the shotgun. Taylor gets the fake, and then Williams is going to pass it off in a screen to Rodriguez-McGee, and that screen is successful. They get a first down and more deep into Morehouse territory.
First down, Golden Tigers.
Ball now at the 32. Another pass completed, but short of the yard marker. And reception made by Ogletree. Good tackle there by Morehouse. Ogletree, 6'4" junior out of LaGrange, Georgia.
2nd and 6 coming up for Tuskegee.
Dante Edwards drops the football. The ball is loose. Williams once again, Johnny on the spot, able to take care of the loose ball. But the second time so far early in this classic, quarterback running back exchange.
Yeah, again, the ball drops at RPO. Quarterback is looking to read the end. Running back wants the ball. Both of them fighting over the ball. The ball ends up falling on the turf. It's not what you want if you're a head coach. You not want to see that ball on the ground.
Third down and 17. Williams with time. Now he's going to run it. Gets to the 30, down to about the 29. Well short of the first down.
Yeah, so the Golden Tigers right there had a three-man route, had an out, had two shallow posts and a deep post. Neither one was open. So the quarterback had to take off. William had to take off and run with the ball. Great coverage on the back end by Morehouse.
Now looking at a 4th down and 7 from the 30. Williams Gonna throw deep, and wow, good defensive play by Morehouse, able to swat that one away. And Tyrone, I think that's what you used to do.
It was a great technique by the defensive back. Had the receiver bottled up, used the proper arm, the arm closer to the ball to knock it down, incomplete. Morehouse takes over.
And Reginald Ruffin definitely wants that one back as they turn it over on downs, and now Morehouse's offense gets on the field to see if they can tie this one up. West still in at quarterback. First time he's able to hand the ball off to Charles Daniel. Daniel's a sophomore out of Detroit, Michigan. Daniel so far this season, just 36 yards, but they're really trying to take care and trying to fill the hole of Ernest Davis, who has been out for the whole year with an injury. West on the keeper, and looks like he's close to a first down.
Jalen West with the carry on Maroon Tigers.
Take another look at it, Tyrone.
Again, deep routes, great coverage this time on Tuskegee's back end. Quarterback had nowhere to throw the ball.
Third and 3 coming up for Morehouse.
Picks up positive yards, makes it a third and manageable.
West now getting pressure, and he's go down with a sack. Big sack there for Jaquan Hicks, the nose tackle from Jacksonville, Florida, stops this drive in its tracks.
Well, Tuskegee knew it was going to be short yardage, third and short. They anticipated Morehouse to have some type of run, and they come with a blitz, fills up all the gaps. Quarterback had nowhere to throw the ball. So they're either going to run the ball on third and short, or the route's going to be very short.
Baker to punt. And a fair catch called, and the catch is made right at the 35-yard line by King. 4:55 left in the opening quarter. Tuskegee with a 7-point lead. Stay tuned. And you're taking a look at Bryson Williams, the junior quarterback out of Livonia, Georgia, for Tuskegee. He's already driven them down for one score, and he's trying to make it another as they have a 7-point lead, riding a 3-game win streak after dropping their first 2 games of the season. This time on the run, Dante Edwards, and he is tackled for a loss. And wearing number 80 today, normally wearing 44, is DeJuan Wright. That end position for the Maroon Tigers.
Yeah, Dante Edwards, he's usually the workhorse. He comes into the game with more touches than any other person on the team. Came into tonight's game with 79 touches, so averaging 4.1 yards a carry. So give it to him 2 times, and you got a first down. Get yourself close to a first down. Manageable 3rd and 2.
Once again, Edwards on the carry. And he doesn't get much. He'll bring up a 3rd and long. And sniffing that one out was big number 92 for Morehouse, Steven Singleton.
I love to see those guys on defense, man. That's what defense is all about. You make plays, you get hype. Offense is relaxed and laid back. But defense, I'm like, when you make a play, everybody gets into it. So that's what I like to see. Great play on defense. Energy.
3rd and 13 with 4 wide receivers to choose from. Williams can't find anybody. Wright almost had him. He throws it long and eventually finds a receiver in Kenyon Webb, and Webb is still on his feet inside the 40 and finally brought down by Dadrian Lyman for Morehouse. But a great play by Tuskegee.
Starts with the pocket protection, kind of breaks down a little bit. Should have been sacked right there. Able to elude. Great thing I like about what Williams did right there. He's looking downfield, even though the pressure was around him, looking downfield to throw the ball.
Good catch there by Webb. His longest catch of the season. Flags thrown. Looks like it'll push Tuskegee back a few. Looks like it's a false start, and Coach Ruffin is saying, everybody stay down.
Coach Ruffin trying to bring that winning tradition over from Miles College. He did a great job at Miles, won several titles, and he's trying to resurrect that Tuskegee tradition.
Williams going to keep it. Breaks the line of scrimmage and gets close to the original line of scrimmage inside the 40. They'll call him down exactly at the 40-yard line to bring up 3rd and long.
Morehouse, when they played Hampton in New York, I kind of like the black helmets they had. They had the black helmets with the black in the uniform. I like that. But tonight they're playing with the white helmet. So Morehouse, Tuskegee, classic uniforms.
Edwards tries on the cutback, and he is brought down. Xavier McKinney leading the way with the initial hit on Edwards. And Edwards is more like a battering ram for this team.
Again, running Dante Edwards, great play by the Maroon Tigers to bottle him up, limit this great running back on yards.
Williams going to throw deep. Oh, incomplete. Great coverage there by Morehouse.
That's not somewhere or another, Tuskegee has seen that they can throw the ball deep. And they have tried the Morehouse secondary on several occasions throwing the ball deep. And that play there should have been a called ball. Sometimes the balls get up in the lights and the receiver turns around. It's kind of hard for them to see that ball. But that was a great throw by Williams.
Ruffin definitely not happy about the way his offense is performing at this point. Really clicking on all cylinders. Ryan Duff to punt, his first punt of the evening.
You know, both offenses really have struggled. Morehouse has really struggled on scoring points, and Tuskegee is not too far behind. So, but it's Coach Ruffin's first year.
First and last year as head coach.
It's always tough to be the AD, you know, and the head coach. It's just like playing professional football. To be the head coach and the GM, that's a tough double duty there.
And after the 5-yard penalty, Duff will get his first punting opportunity. And it'll go out of bounds inside the 10-yard line, and they'll call it right there at the 10. And that's where Morehouse will take over with 56 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And for Morehouse and Jalen West, they have to get their offense started as they trail by 7.
You know, when you look at these historic institutions, they have done a great job. Again, I know Maroon Tigers, they're 0-5, but they do play hard up under Rich Freeman. And again, the last time Morehouse they didn't have a victory, I think they actually got that first win against Tuskegee.
Now new quarterback, 2-quarterback system. Derek West in for Morehouse. West is going to hand it off to Dallas Johnson. And Johnson trying to go wide, but too many Tuskegee helmets right there to wrap him up. And Johnson, an interesting player. He's really getting time because of the injury to Ernest Davis II, who is their go-to guy. You see the quarterback here, Derek West. He has the most numbers out of all the quarterbacks with 460 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. And he stands at 6'2", 190 out of Long Beach. Another good run by Morehouse, but still short of a first down. And that should be enough to bring up third down. Play is stopped with 9 seconds left on the clock. And you see Dallas Johnson there, the young freshman. Coach thinks that he has a bright future with Morehouse. That will end the first quarter as Morehouse is trying to get their offense going as they trail 7-0 in the 86th annual Tuskegee Morehouse Classic from the Old Gray Lady Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama. Stay tuned. Second quarter coming up next. Rich Freeman in his 16th season as head coach. Most coaches who start off 0-5, they may push the panic button, but he hasn't because it's happened before, and his teams have been able to bounce back. Second quarter underway, reception made, and off to the races. That's what you call a big play and sending a message, but he gets walked down and knocked out of bounds. But a great pitch and catch. Reception made by Delancey Tolliver, the Alabama State transfer. Great job.
Yeah, what Tolliver should have done right there at the end, he should have run to the goal post. I'll tell you what I mean by run to the goal post. See right there, he's skinny post, he's running. The defense is chasing him. Now, if he just cuts and goes towards the goal post, those defenders, they're running fast to try to catch him. And once he make that move to the goal post, they're going to lose their momentum, and he actually would have had a touchdown. But either way, great catch, great run.
West gives it to Daniels, and Daniels now pushing his way forward, trying to get to the line of scrimmage. He's eventually brought down by a host, Messiah Wells leading the way, big number 33, initially on that tackle. And Daniels, part of this younger group, the young man out of Detroit, getting his opportunity due to the injury of Ernest Davis.
Yeah, when you look at the pass offense with Morehouse, they're actually sitting at the bottom of the SIAC, but you couldn't tell it, by how fast they got down here and getting ready to score.
Derek West still in at quarterback. Now they're sending Johnson in motion. West with time. West now going to run it. Gets inside the 10, 5. Into the end zone, Derek West and the Maroon Tigers are an extra point away from tying it up. Great job by Derek West. And the Maroon Tiger faithful, they're dancing in the stands.
Both of these teams come in not scoring too much on offense. You see Morehouse go to the empty formation. Anytime you go to the empty formation, there is a chance of a breakdown by the offensive line. Quarterback scrambles. Gets into the end zone. Touchdown for Morehouse.
The two quarterback system now working, and point after attempt by Baker is no good. So they have not tied it up, but they have gotten on the scoreboard using the arm and leg of Derek West. He throws it sidearm and finds his receiver, who is off to the races, which eventually sets up the touchdown run by Derek West, and he marches into the end zone. Let's see if Tuskegee can answer. Stay tuned.
Trophies, awards, medals.
They show your hard work paid off.
In a game of life, there are also trophies.
They look like an organized financial plan to pay for your college, maybe even graduate school.
Buying a house is a trophy.
Starting your own business, that's a championship trophy.
To help students gain the financial savvy to succeed at life, UBS has teamed with EverFi and the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference to create Elevate.
Elevate delivers personalized financial training, access to wellness workshops, and career development programs, all for free and designed exclusively for SIAC communities.
Financial freedom, that's the ultimate trophy. Get started today at ubs.com/elevate.
When you're part of something bigger than yourself, it feels like all you ever do is win, win, win. And when that something is an HBCU, you know you can't help but win, win, win. So, as proud supporters of HBCU programs, we just can't lose.
Here at Tuskegee University, some of our historical figures like Booker T. Washington, George Washington Carver. Those are some of the people that created or started that Tuskegee experience.
This place is it's so different. You have a support system, a real support system. We may ball and parlay, but the most important thing we do is graduate. And after we graduate, we accelerate in everything we do.
And Derek West being congratulated by his teammates. And this 86th annual Tuskegee Morehouse Classic, he gets the Maroon Tigers on the board with a short touchdown run and an incredible pass that set up the touchdown run. Now it's Reginald Ruffin's Golden Tigers opportunity to see if they can answer. They are holding on to a 1-point lead.
Yeah, you know, Morehouse, they've already outscored their average for this up to this point in the season. They were up to this point of the season, they were just averaging 3.4 points a game. Just a field goal.
Trying to get away and does get some positive yards. On the return is Michael King. Good stop there by the special teams for Morehouse, and now excellent field position for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Staying in at quarterback is Bryson Williams. And after his initial drive that led them to a score, he has been bottled up by the Maroon Tiger defense of Morehouse. Williams with time. He's going to throw it. And reception made by Antonio Meeks. Enough for the first down and a little bit more. The Lilburn, Georgia freshman able to move the chains.
No safety in the middle of the field. Easy read for Williams. Post corner. Good look off by Williams. Great ball on the post corner. Beats Pittman for Morehouse. Anytime you get no safety help, you throw the ball deep. That means they're one-on-one in that back end. And that's tough. But it's a great initial look off by Williams right there.
Hand off to Taylor. Taylor breaks the initial line of scrimmage and brought down by Tyler Hunter for Morehouse, but not before he's able to gain about 4 yards.
Yeah, both of these teams, when it comes to the scoring offense, they have struggled. Tuskegee coming in with 13, just a little over, well, just around 2 touchdowns a game. So they already have half of that in this second quarter of this game.
Looking at 2nd down and 7 yards. They need to get inside the 20. This time, Williams is going to keep it, and he really didn't fool too many people. Good number of Maroon Tigers right there to say hello to him.
Yeah, you look at
Joe Gertman on the tackle.
You look at this rush defense by Morehouse. They are pretty stout. They're pretty stout. Actually, they're 7th in the SIAC against the run. So they are not going to let you run the ball on them now. They may let you give up. They may give up some deep balls, as we've seen, but they're going to be pretty stout against the run.
3rd down, call it 5. Williams getting some pressure. Once again, finds big number 19, Meeks. And depending on the spot, looks like he has enough for the first down. But they do have a flag with Lyman there on the tackle.
So we take a look at here. Williams releases the ball. A little bit of extracurricular activity after the ball was thrown right there, kind of draws the flag.
Holding offense. Those fouls offset. Remains 3rd down.
So the penalty's offset, and they're going to replay 3rd down. So it looks like that's
more in favor of what Morehouse would want to see.
Yeah, you're right. Tuskegee doesn't like that. They actually had a first down. Now they have to go back and try to do it again. And usually the second time may be a little bit tougher, but we'll find out.
Getting some pressure, throws a nice flare out, and a good tackle there by Carlos Donovan. He normally wears number 0, but now he's wearing number 21 for tonight's game. And he brings them about 1 yard short.
Nice open field tackle to catch right there by Donovan. Great open field. He saved a first down and possibly could help Morehouse get the ball back.
4th down and 1. Dante Edwards in now for the Golden Tigers. And whistle blown. Flag on the play.
False start. Offense, number 68, snap infraction. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
Looks like we got self-inflicted wounds. And Coach Ruffin definitely doesn't like that.
You know, when it comes down to 4th down conversions, Tuskegee has been in 5 games this season. They've been in 4 situations, attempted 4 out of 10.
Tuskegee for 40 yards, and it is no good. So the defense for Morehouse stands. And now 1 point separate the two. Can Morehouse take advantage of the defensive hold? We'll see. Rich Freeman, known as a defensive coach, and his defense is held strong as they only trail by 1 point. He's taken some of the best shots that Tuskegee has been able to throw at them. Derek West still in at quarterback. They're using a 2-quarterback system. They're going to give it to Charles Daniels IV, and he gets to the line of scrimmage and doesn't go anywhere fast
as Malik Moore and company right there to bring him down, along with Woody Apollon. They will call it a gain of 1, bring up 2nd down and 9. Low snap, flag on the play, and the pass goes out of bounds. And let's see what the official call is.
Offside, defense, number 98, 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
And looks like it's an offsides against the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, and Coach Ruffin definitely not happy about that.
Yeah, you can see that defensive lineman jumped offside, and you saw the quarterback actually trying to tell the receiver to go deep, because actually that's a free play for the offense.
So now looking at 2nd down and 4 yards to go for the Maroon Tigers. Johnson on the carry, and he goes back inside, and this time he's met by Woody Apollon, and he is brought down, maybe a gain of 1 to bring up 3rd down.
You know, you look at these programs, you look at Morehouse, they've actually put a few people into the NFL. You know, you have Raymond Harewood, who left Morehouse in 2012 and actually ended up with the Baltimore Ravens, was a 6th-round draft pick. So these programs do, not only are they smart, but they know how to put people into the NFL.
And looks like we may have a penalty, and there it is. Trying to keep the ball away from Delancey Tolliver, and Dante Brown may be the one called for the infraction, and you see Coach Ruffin immediately going and coaching him up.
Yeah, that's how Coach Ruffin, he's a great coach. He's a student of the game, was a great player himself. But again, as a defensive player, if you don't get their head around, it's an automatic, easy call for the officials. But Coach Ruffin had a great playing career himself at North Alabama. So he knows great football. They won a lot of championships at North Alabama.
No doubt. 1st down now for the Maroon Tigers. West throws it, and the pitch and catch works. And a good reception made there by Marquez Pride.
Anytime as a defensive back, you see those receivers tight to the formation, you know they're going to the flats. Right here, no different. Tight formation, both receivers on both sides, tight to the formation. One runs an intermediate route, the other one goes to the flats.
Gonna fake it over to Johnson. Pitch and catch this time a little bit too hard and high. And that one intended for Brogdon Quarta. Good coverage there by the Golden Tigers in Antonio Keenan.
Yeah, again, that RPO, what it does, it tries to draw up the linebackers, and you saw where the skinny post, we've seen that twice, many times tonight, where they fake the RPO and try to get that skinny post in behind the linebackers.
Third down and call it 5. Throwing long. And a flag on the play. Reception made. Spectacular catch by Quarta. And then he spins the ball, and he's going to be called with an unsportsmanlike. Brogdon Quarta, the young man out of Savannah by way of Mercer. And there's coach right there trying to coach him up.
Man-to-man coverage by Tuskegee. Morehouse motioned. Automatically identified it was man-to-man. Automatic converted to a go route. Again, Keenan on the coverage. Great throw. Great catch. Morehouse is inside the red zone, threatening to score again.
And the officials are going to converse about that. And Quarta is hoping, he is hoping that they won't give him an unsportsmanlike on that spinning of the football after the catch.
You know, when you actually look at Tuskegee, as far as defensively, these guys, they are in the middle of the road when it comes to stopping the opposition from getting into the end zone. They're giving up actually 80%. Their opponents are scoring 80% of the time when they get into the red zone.
And they did give him the unsportsmanlike for the spinning of the ball. And I know Brogdon Quarter wants that one back. But still, positive yards, as now the ball is at the 32 of Tuskegee.
You never want to move yourself out of position. They just moved themselves with that penalty, moved themselves out of what they call the red zone, which is between, for offense, is the 20 and in, 25 yards and in. For the defense, it's 20 yards and in.
Keeping it now is Derek West. West breaks the line of scrimmage and has some room to run. He's going to try to elude another defender, and this time, finally, he is brought down and would have possibly been a touchdown-saving tackle made by Marquez Delafield.
Nice footwork, nice vision. Sees the open to his right, cut back. The defense is flowing, pursuing, cuts back again, a little bit more speed. Probably could have got to that outside and would have been going to the end zone. But nevertheless, great run, great vision by West.
Another first down. Now they are in that red zone inside the 20. West. Oh, wow. Almost picked off, in and out of the hands of the defender. And that one could have been easily a pick for Malik Moore.
Now, Morehouse hasn't had a lot of opportunities to get down here in this red zone. They've gotten down in the red zone 8 times this season, and they've only averaging 62% that they're going to get some points. So their offense really has struggled this season, and I know that is not something that Coach Freeman likes, and he is looking, hopefully, to increase that percentage. They've already been down in the red zone and scored. Can they do it again?
West with time. Now he's getting pressure. Trying to keep the drive alive. Throws into the end zone. Wow, acrobatic catch. Reception made by Delancey Tolliver. Touchdown, Maroon Tigers, and they have the lead. And he denied the urge to spin that football after reception.
Again, Tolliver's a tall receiver. Quarterback scrambles, and anytime the quarterback scrambles, there's always going to be a breakdown with the defense. Great tall throw here.
Got 2 flags, one at the 5 and the other at the 11-yard line. And let's see what the official call will be if the touchdown will stand.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. Either the goal lineman downfield, number 68. Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 9. Those fouls offset, remains, second down.
So it looks like the penalty's offset, so the touchdown will not stand, and now they're going to have to replay the down.
Yeah, Coach Freeman had to get him a drink on that one. That one took him to the bottom.
Oh, the bottle of the sports drink, huh?
Again, hey, they did it one time, they can do it again. Let's see. Second down.
West this time will hand it off. And trying to run is Dallas Johnson, and he doesn't go anywhere fast as he's brought down by Apollon. And there's the young one right there, and there's Woodley Apollon, the senior.
Now, I do believe that Morehouse is doing the right thing, running the ball. We've seen them do some explosive pass plays, but they are able to run the ball because Tuskegee is really not that good at running the ball.
Third down and about 12. And we've got a timeout. We'll take it with them. 6 minutes left in the opening half, and it is a tight fight between Tigers. Stay tuned.
Yo, new Sprite? Nah, same Sprite, new bottle. It's kinda like same floater, new heights.
Same jam, new style points.
Same pregame, new drip.
Same spokes, new person.
Same ice, new tray.
That's cold. New bottle, same refreshing Sprite.
When you join the HBCU family, you become part of the tradition of breaking barriers in your community, breaking ground in your career, and bringing it with everything you do. From how you look to how you move in the classroom, on the court, and on the field. That's why Academy Sports and Outdoors is proud to celebrate the HBCU legacy and all those to add to it in their own way.
Let there be no doubt. You are ready for whatever comes next. You've got bars to raise, expectations to exceed, status quos to rise above. And you've come to the right place. Because it all starts right here. Which is precisely why we are so proud to support HBCU programs.
Derek West, part of the two-quarterback tandem for Morehouse Maroon Tigers tonight. They are within 1 point of tying a touchdown away of taking the lead as this team is searching for their first win of the season and also continuing to win 3 out of the last 4 here in the Morehouse Tuskegee Classic. Third down and 12. West throwing into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Keandre Turner, the tight end, with the score. And now they do have the lead.
Great seam route, wide open. West was able to see it. They had 2 verticals. You don't get your depth, you open up a free touchdown.
And for Turner, his first touchdown of the season, the young man from Lake Charles transferred in from McNeese State. Now it looks like they're going to try to go for 2. And looks like we have a timeout call with 5:57 left in the opening half. And Morehouse, once again, in this classic, they have been able to crack the code and find a way to dissect this defense of Tuskegee. And for Morehouse, they do a lot more than just play football. Elijah Campbell, the starting defensive tackle, he earned a NFL internship and was flown to New York to the NFL headquarters and spent the summer in New York City for the NFL internship. The 6'2", 295-pound senior out of Gadsden, Alabama, by way of Georgia Southern. And that's not bad, Tyrone, when you get a chance to have an internship, and who knows, he may end up either playing or working for the National Football League.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I see you holding that gold football, too. That gold football means that's a Super Bowl. That's a Super Bowl. Whoever he got that ball from, that was a Super Bowl team. So, the New York Giants.
West now looking to throw into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. It's good. Reception made by Marquez Pride, and just like that, the Maroon Tigers have a 7-point lead with 5:57 left in the second.
It's just something about rivalry week, rivalry games. Morehouse is doing a lot that they haven't done before.
It may take two quarterbacks, but whenever they find a hot hand, they're able to find the end zone. Morehouse up 14-7. Stay tuned. Keandre Turner, the young man out of Lake Charles, Louisiana, gets his first touchdown of the season, and no better time than the present as the 0-5 Maroon Tigers trying to earn their first victory of the season against their rival, Tuskegee.
Yeah, Turner just boosted Morehouse's percentage in the red zone because they were really struggling putting points on the board. Again, they've already, if Morehouse offense was a stop, you would be really riding high because they were averaging 3 points a game. Already, they have put up 14.
That's what a rivalry game will do. Baker with the kickoff, and he's going to kick sort of a sky kick, fair caught at about the 32-yard line by an up back. And they definitely did not want to kick it deep because they had Torian Taylor back there along with Michael King, very speedy guys. And now we'll see offensively if Bryson Williams can lead this team as they trail now.
You know, Tuskegee went up to New York and played, Morehouse played Howard. They played Howard pretty tough for the first 2 quarters of that game. So they're not a slouch. Now, Coach Freeman has a good team.
Injuries have really decimated this team. Taylor now taking it to him, gets beyond the 40 to the 45, enough for a first down. Flag is thrown after the play had stopped. May add some more yards to it. You can see Taylor moving that arm, saying move the chains.
You know, Tuskegee, they do believe in running the ball. They're averaging about 146 yards a game.
Taylor now get a little bit of a rest as now with the penalty moves into Morehouse territory.
And just to let everybody know what that 146 yards a game means, the team that has the least yards running the ball offensively is Central State. They're averaging 48 yards a game, and Albany State is averaging 197 yards a game.
And if they call it thunder and lightning, here is the Thunder, Dante Edwards, the larger of the two backs, and he's able to pound it in for a 5-yard gain.
That is how Coach Ruffin has won those championships at Miles College. Run the ball, pound the ball. And this guy, Edwards, was part of many carries for the Golden Bears.
Williams now trying to find a receiver. Incomplete, intended for Antonio Meeks. And they had a number of white shirts there to cover it.
Again, that is a staple that we have seen tonight. We've seen the RPO carried out, the fake by the quarterback. We see it again with Williams, fake to the running back, draw the linebackers up, and try to hit that skinny post behind the linebackers.
3rd down and 5. Williams with some time. And wow, wide open. Ball is loose. Corey Petty III, the receiver, he makes the reception, but the ball becomes loose.
Yeah, single high safety, like Morehouse in the cover 3. Great understanding of the coverage by Williams. Throws the ball in there, it comes out. Tuskegee was able to get back on it.
Great job by Petty to take the loose ball that he dropped and pick it back up. The young man out of Warner Robins, Georgia. Now 1st down, ball is exactly at the 10, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Golden Tigers. Keeping it is Williams. He's got a lot of room to run inside the 5. Touchdown, Bryson Williams. And just like that, we're 1 point away from tying this thing up. Williams with the 10-yard scamper.
Now, Tuskegee, they are 93% that they are going to score when they get inside the red zone. And right there, they do not disappoint. They get the ball in position to score, fake the RPO, draws the defense in. Good little light stiff arm there. Williams goes in for the touchdown. Looking to tie this game up against Morehouse.
Arnez Huskett with the point after attempt, and now he is 13 of 14 on the season, but it's Bryson Williams who's able to bring it in from 10 yards out, and it's all started with his arm and finished with his legs, starting off with this long pass that, wow, it ends up a fumble, picks it up, and that'll lead to the touchdown run by Bryson Williams. He keeps it and makes it all the way into the end zone after the point after. We're tied up. Another look at it.
Yeah, as a defensive end for Morehouse, you just can't run. Grant just can't go after the running back. You got to read the quarterback, read the ball, and be able to still play your containment. He lost containment, allowed Williams right there to scamper in for the touchdown that ties this game up. So if Morehouse doesn't fix that, if Grant, number 42, the linebacker, doesn't understand how to read that RPO, then I'm pretty sure Coach Ruffin, he's a smart coach. With a runner like Williams, he's going to come back to that play again.
Marquez Pride will take it right at the 2-yard line. He drops the football, and now he makes it beyond the 10, 20, has some room to run. Pride to the 40, has the kicker to beat. And now he's pushed out of bounds by Huskett, the kicker, but a good return by Marquez Pride.
Yeah, Marquez Pride. He might have get a little bit of technique in running right there. I don't know whether he was tired or he just couldn't keep up. He was just like he was stumbling, bumbling, like he'd already run about 40 yards. But nevertheless, great return by Pride there, and gives Morehouse a little bit of energy, puts him kind of close, right, almost at the midfield. So good starting position for this offense of Morehouse.
Derek West staying in at quarterback. Ball is in a good situation at the 45 of the Maroon Tigers. Dallas Johnson gets the ball, and he'll break the line of scrimmage. May have got one, possibly two. Leading on the tackle was Antonio Keenan Jr., the cornerback, and he just basically was hanging on for the ride for about a half yard.
Sometimes what they try to do in that formation right there, you might have seen Morehouse line up in trips. They try to get the defense to overcommit. They want the wide side trips, so you're thinking that the defense is going to overplay it, and you try to come back to the backside, hoping to have the number of players on offense to block everybody up. But great play by Tuskegee to limit.
Whistle blown to stop play. And looks like it's going up against a false start against Morehouse.
You know, Coach Freeman has gone to a couple of Atlanta Falcons camps where he's learned a lot of insight and got a lot of wisdom from those NFL coaches, and probably had an opportunity to sit down and talk to Arthur Blank about giving to the Morehouse Maroon Tigers program. Probably had Spike Lee with him when he went up there to the camp.
You think so? I don't think Spike Lee's a Falcon fan. He's more of a Giants guy, I think.
When it comes to giving to the program, Morehouse, Spike Lee will be whoever he need to be. Just do the right thing.
And more movement there across the offensive line. Now, why this is important, the offensive front has been decimated. They've lost 3 starters along their offensive front due to injury, so they have a lot of new players that are stepping in, true freshmen that are really getting their first taste of college football.
And, you know, the thing about football, you know, you played it, blocking is blocking from elementary school to high school to college. It's just different people in front of you now.
2nd down and 17 for Morehouse. And this time a delayed handoff. Dallas Johnson able to get a lot of those yards back and get out to midfield.
And I want everybody to pay attention a little bit and see if Morehouse come back to this play. Look how deep he's setting. So he's setting up for the draw. Now, as a defense, somebody got to be alerting the difference between his stance and the distance from the quarterback, the distance that these running backs, because sometimes they give away what they're about to do. And again, that was deliberate. Now, look at the difference between the running back and the quarterback now. So sometimes you can pick up on keys.
Throwing it sidearm, and the intended receiver can't really get it in. And he's looking to see if they'll call something. Brockman Quarta, the intended receiver. Good coverage there by Antonio Keenan Jr. right there playing the cornerback spot.
Again, the release on that running back. He's right there next to the quarterback. He goes to the flat. Receiver runs like a slant. Incomplete pass. Good defense by Tuskegee. And Morehouse has not been effective on 3rd down themselves. I think they're like 22% on 3rd down this season.
Baker almost slipped when he had the kick, and good coverage there by Morehouse to bring down the return man in Michael King. And you can see how hyped up these guys are for Morehouse. I think they're just tired of losing.
Yeah, that will make you play a little bit different. Plus, you know, you're playing against your rivalry. This is a rivalry game, man. What, 86 time that they played this classic. So, yeah, you throw all the records out the window, and you just try to keep your emotions down. But you can't help it.
Williams still in at quarterback. Try for a nice wide receiver screen. Reception made by McGee. And he's able to get 1, possibly 2 yards. And Joel Gertman there on the tackle.
Yeah, now see, this is where that check with me, I don't understand it. You know, this is where I think Tuskegee need to be in a 2-minute offense. Again, them plays need to be rolling. They need to be trying to move this ball down the field as fast as they can. That's why they call it a 2-minute offense. It's quick.
Williams eludes one defender and can't elude the second. He finally goes down and he is sacked. Great play there by the defense, and Tyler Hunter gets his third sack of the season.
Yeah, Tyler Hunter, he's one of the guys that is very high on that tackling list for that Maroon Tigers defense. And again, he shows himself right there, showing up when Morehouse needed him the most.
Senior out of Memphis, Tennessee. Coming into this game, he had 23 tackles and 2 sacks. And now with the timeout, 1:12 minutes left. Now, you were talking about the 2-minute offense for the Golden Tigers. You're saying that they need to have it. How important is it to have those scripted plays, 3 or 4 plays already in hand, so you can get it to go faster?
Really, there's no scripted plays. That's a situation. It's what they call situation football right there, James. It's situation. 2 minutes is a situation, and every team practices 2 minutes. So you already know. It's like the coaching staff has already know what play they're going to run while the play that is being run on the field is performing. So you got to speed it up. But the check with me, it slows down the intensity. And again, with 1:12 left in the game, it was in the before halftime, this is where you need to pick it up. So whether it's 1 minute at the end of the game, still 2 minutes. It's hurry up, get the plays in quickly.
And we're ready to start play. 3rd down and 12. Taylor using his speed, and it looks like he has enough for the first down. Makes it to the second level of that defense, and yeah, he's putting that arm out saying, let's move it. Clock is still running, 1:07 and counting as they move the chains. So as you said, that 2-minute offense, they've got to have a play as soon as they blow the whistle.
I would have thought they would have stopped the clock on that play right there, but they're allowing the clock to run. So I would have taken a timeout, but Tuskegee is electing to let the clock run with 3 timeouts.
Williams throwing and incomplete, and yes, a flag is thrown. Carlos Donovan had his hand on the receiver, and Donovan wearing 21 now rather than his traditional 0.
Well, he got out of that number 0 for some reason, put on 21, but it seemed like Tuskegee said no matter what number you put on, we still know where you are. We're going to throw it to you.
And you see Coach Freeman, he is livid. He can't believe it. Now, I think he's saying that it was an uncatchable ball. Let's take a look at it again.
Pretty well. Actually, that was a bad call, I think, by the referees right there. Bad call. Good position by the DB. Again, these referees, I think sometimes they just so ticky-tacky. I think you just got to let them play football. You know, great coverage. Just let them play football.
So with the penalty, the drive stays alive. Williams now getting some pressure on the backside. Safety valve, Corey Petty the second, and he's able to get to midfield.
Again, throw to the sideline, understand the situation. Get as many yards as you can. In that situation right there, catch it and get straight out of bounds. Don't even try to get any more yards. Know what the situation is. 29 seconds. At the time when he caught it, it was like 33 seconds. So catch the ball, get out of bounds, get back to the huddle, and let's try to move this ball down the field quickly and effectively.
2nd and 5. $35 seconds left on the clock before we end the first half. Flags come out of everywhere. It looks like it may be against Tuskegee. Coach Ruffin definitely don't like the flags.
Number 65, 5-yard penalty remains.
You know, if I'm Tuskegee, I'm thinking about taking a shot. If I am Morehouse, I'm thinking about calling a defense where I'm protecting deep. And even if they catch the ball, you know, they're going to eat up some time on the clock, and I don't think neither one of the teams trust their kickers to be able to kick the ball on a long field goal. So really, you actually, if I'm Morehouse, I'm challenging Tuskegee to try to put the ball in the end zone.
Williams now feeling the pressure, throwing it long, and intercepted. Carlos Donovan, number 21, gets the interception, but there is a flag down all the way back at the 37-yard line, and this may be negated due to the penalty. Let's see what the official call will be. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you got to stay up. Got to stay up. Can't go down. And you're running back. You got to take that blocker on. Take that blitz on.
Goes to the play is an interception. First down, Morehouse.
So Morehouse will hold on to the football, and Coach Ruffin's team will try to defend for the last 30 seconds.
And that's actually Morehouse's second interception. So they basically doing real good tonight. They're scoring points and defending the deep ball, coming up with interceptions, and catching the ones that come to you. That's what they say. Catch the ones that come to you. So a great play overall by Morehouse's defense. Been playing tough against the run, and they've been battling the deep ball, holding off the deep throws. And Morehouse, yeah, this is a different team. I'm pretty sure the alumni is saying, who is this team out here on the field? They need to play like this all the time.
Derek West looking to throw long, and he finds a receiver close by, close to the first down marker in Delancey Tolliver. Goes out of bounds. Clock stops with 25 seconds left, and now it's second down and 1.
And you got 3 timeouts with Morehouse. That is a lifetime with that 25 seconds. So that means they can throw the ball across the field to the sideline. The whole playbook is open right now.
West getting some pressure, trying to outrun it. Gets beyond the line of scrimmage and close to midfield, has enough for the first down, and stops the clock again with 18 seconds.
Again, the offensive line has to give West time to throw. Breakdown right there on the offensive line. West is on the run. If they just give him time to throw the ball, there are some deep balls, deep plays that are open in the back end of that Tuskegee defense. So the offense has to hold up, give West a little bit more time to throw the ball.
So now first down from the 48 with 18 seconds left to play in the half. West with time. Now he has a lot of room to run. Gets inside the 40 and goes down at about the 32-yard line with 8 seconds left, and looks like it'll be a timeout call.
Again, great scramble by West. Again, understand the situation. Get as many yards as you can, and then go down. And then give the coaching staff opportunity to call a timeout. Right here, wide open, nothing but running. Don't try to go to the sideline, get it. Just go down. We can get back up. If needed, they can call a timeout and save more time on the clock, and they can get at least a couple more plays in.
Coach Freeman looking to try to get another victory here in the Tuskegee Morehouse Classic. They won it last year, got their first victory of the season last year in this Classic, and they were able to rattle off a few more victories to end the year. And looks like he's trying to let lightning strike twice.
If I'm their offensive coordinator, again, they have all their timeouts. So basically, they can throw a middle of the field route. They can go to the sideline. They did do the skinny post. The skinny post has been working for them. Again, if they can draw up a play where it's going to at least pick up a good amount of yards and then try to bring the field goal kicker in to try to kick a field goal. Now, if you're Tuskegee, you know you can't really sit back. So you got to play some type of pressure defense. And you want to try to get that quarterback on the run. But Morehouse is sitting in a pretty good situation here with 2 timeouts left and 8 seconds on the clock. So look for a quick throw here.
West now has some time. He's going to throw it and intercepted. Tuskegee gets the interception. Great play by Malik Moore, the linebacker, and he steps up big. This linebacking core has been playing well tonight as they end the hopes of Morehouse taking the lead with a half-ending interception.
Yeah, I don't know if I like this call here. Again, the rollout is going to take time. The quarterback can't set up properly, even though he's throwing to his throwing side. Again, it took too long for that play to set up. I was expecting more of a drop back out of the gun, but Morehouse elected to do a rollout. Again, it takes time to roll out, and even if he catches the ball, which he would have been out of bounds, just wasn't too satisfied with that play.
First half has come to an end at the 86th annual Tuskegee Morehouse Classic, and we are all tied up at 14 apiece. As they say in any rivalry, throw the record books out of the window, as Morehouse is 2 quarters away from trying to get their first victory of the season. Derek West, along with Jalen West, have done a good job of trying to bring their team to get their first victory of the year. But Tuskegee's defense is standing in their way. As Morehouse and Tuskegee for 86 years, this rivalry started longer than that, but they started playing in Columbus, Georgia 86 years ago, so that minorities in that community, along with the troops that were at the nearby military base, would and I think we have Coach Ruffin right now with us. Coach Ruffin, can you hear us?
Hey, James, I hear you guys.
All right, Coach. First of all, when you look at what your team did offensively, you really were on fire for the first drive. Then it sort of stalled a little bit, and you were able to bring it back. What happened? What transpired?
Some miscues. Some blocking assignments, some miscues. You got to go back and get it cleaned up at halftime. Defensively, man, we just got to corral the quarterback, keep him in the pocket, and we are holding and too many pass interference calls. They doing a good job on that. So we can clean that up, man. We come back second half. Let's put this game away.
How important is it to cut down on the penalties that your team has had so far in this game?
Yeah, that's not Tuskegee football. So I'm just upset about that. So what we got to do is do a better job second half. So we're going to get that cleaned up in the second half at halftime.
All right, Coach. Thank you so very much. Good luck to you in the second half.
Thank you, Jay.
All right, we're all tied up at 14 apiece, and the Tuskegee Morehouse Classic here in the Magic City of Legion Field, and we have seen fireworks already, and more fireworks to come. Stay tuned. Halftime coming up next. Twilight Tigers fight in the 86th annual Tuskegee Morehouse Classic. We're at halftime. Stay tuned. We will have more coming up next. This game is all tied up. Throw the record books out the window. They've been able to keep things together and trying to find a way to make it 4 wins in a row. James Red along with Tyrone Poole. Let's take a look around the SIAC. And looks like Clark Atlanta back on the winning track as they defeat Allen. Another close loss for them, 42-41. Albany State, they continue to just maul their way through the conference, 56-7 over Ed Waters. And look at your Fort Valley Wildcats. They go on the road and victorious against Central State. Benedict, they continue to roll and looks like they're on a collision course with Albany State as they remain undefeated, defeating Miles 20 14-3, and Savannah State back on the winning track, defeating Virginia Lynchburg 28-14. And in a surprising win, Kentucky State, that option is very hard to stop. It is Kentucky State victorious over Lane College 31-26. And for people at home, remember, it was Lane College that went to Tennessee State and defeated the Tigers of Tennessee State in Nashville in overtime just last week. Those are your scores around the SIAC. We are all tied up here at 14 apiece as Morehouse tries to earn their way to get their first win of the season. Standing in their way, a 3-game win streak by Tuskegee. Stay tuned. '86th annual Morehouse Tuskegee Football Classic here at the Old Gray Lady Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama, all tied up at 14 apiece. James Barrett along with Tyrone Poole. And Tyrone, when you look at this game, this is everything that we expected. Even though Morehouse came in 0-5, their offense has been able to put up 14 points.
Well, I think it's what we've expected as far as from a rivalry, but as far as what the stats tell us, no, it's not what I expected. Morehouse is averaging 3 points a game, but they put up 14, so that's surprising. Defensively, Morehouse has played very, very well. Tuskegee penalties here and there, but at the end of the day, rivalry, throw all the records out the window. 14-14, so Tuskegee came to play.
When you play a rivalry game like this, do you know in your mind that you're going to get your best shot? And do you think this has been the best offensive performance for Morehouse so far this season?
Without a doubt, Jane. They put up 14 points. So they normally, a couple of games they went back-to-back where their offense did not score a touchdown, period. So, to put up 14 points when you're averaging 3 points, just a field goal a game, 14 points, you got to be very, very, very happy with that.
For Tuskegee, they started off on fire, able to drive down the field, get the first touchdown of tonight's game, but then it's sort of like they stalled a little bit. Was that more Tuskegee stalling or Morehouse's defense really playing well?
Again, you look at Tuskegee, Coach Ruffin, this is his first year here, so even though he's going to be just the AD in the years to come, but still they have to get used to his identity and used to his system. So there's always going to be a struggle whenever you're trying to get used to a system.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights in this storied rivalry, 86 years, and it continues on. And early on, it was Tuskegee with DeAndre Harvey making a big play right here as he will find the end zone from Bryson Williams in the back of the end zone. Point after attempt is good, and Harvey gets the touchdown. And then Derek West, and he will find his receiver Tolliver, and Tolliver is off to the races, but eventually he'll get walked down, but it will set up the run 10 yards by Derek West, and he will help his team get on the board. The point after attempt would be no good, so they trail by 1. But then later on, another great pass. He finds his tight end, Keandre Turner, and then for the 2-point conversion in the corner of the end zone, it's good. And yes, they are dancing a little bit, but who tries to come and tie it up? Yes, Tuskegee. They're able to get the loose ball and keep the drive alive, and then eventually Bryson Williams, he will scamper in for 10 yards, and we are all tied up at 14 apiece. They try to go long, but the interception by Dernovant able to keep it going, and then West throws an interception of his own. So both teams have an interception on the night as we take a look at the stats, and it's pretty much even.
Yeah, pretty much even. The score 14-14. You look at the third down. The third down is pretty much the same. They're basically trickling around 50%. You look at total yards, rush, they're all pretty much even. But again, I think the biggest surprise is the ability of Morehouse to throw the ball deep.
Well, when you look at those 85 yards for Morehouse, Ernest Davis, the all-everything running back for him, he's out right now with an injury. How impressed are you by the quarterbacks and the group of running backs being able to get so many yards against Tuskegee?
I think anytime you have injuries, not only does it make the players step their game up, but the coaches have to step their play calling up. So I think when you look at a complete team victory, a complete team play performance on the field, this is what you're seeing tonight from Morehouse. Everybody is stepping up, coaches and players.
For Tuskegee, it looks like they have a more veteran rushing attack. Do they try to lean in on their rushing attack or still try to find that balance?
You know, normally we would try to look for Edwards to run the ball, to be that workhorse. Like I said, he's had more of the carries of the running backs, but Taylor has been playing very well, and I look for Tuskegee to continue to do what they do, run the ball, because that's what Coach Ruffin, that's how he won those titles at Miles College. He ran the ball, so I don't expect anything different from Tuskegee coming back in the second half. I do expect them to correct those MEs, those penalties, because those penalties have kept a lot of drives and actually penalized them a lot to where they made the drive a little bit harder for them. So look for them to clean that up.
The Golden Tigers had the lead, lost the lead, and then they were able to bring it right back and tie it up using that strong rushing attack, but they can throw it if they have to and find the end zone. We're all tied up. Stay tuned. We'll get you ready for the third quarter coming up. The iconic and historic Old Gray Lady Legion Field here in Birmingham, Alabama, the place for the 86th annual Tuskegee Morehouse Classic, all tied up at 14 apiece. James Verrett along with Tyrone Poole and Tyrone. This classic started 86 years ago in Columbus, Georgia. Now it is matriculated over to Birmingham, Alabama. How important is this classic to the conference and also to college football?
Well, this classics, just the name itself, classics. There's a lot of people that have been involved in this classic. So it's important not only for the universities, the institutions, but for past, present, and future attendees to these great universities.
I think we now have the head coach for Morehouse, Rich Freeman. Coach Freeman, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
All right, Coach, first of all, this is the best offensive output you've had in a half. What's been the secret to your success so far?
Well, I think this is a pride game, and, the kids really get up to play in the game with such high implications. We are down. We have about 3 offensive linemen that are starting for us that are out. So what you're seeing are reserves playing a little bit above their capabilities, and the quarterback is feeling relatively comfortable with moving the ball, rather doing it with his legs or his arms. So we're hoping that persists.
I hear you. When you talk about your defense, how important is it for your defense to continue to bend but not break to try to corral that Tuskegee offense?
Well, I think, we've gotten seeded into the football game. They came out and they challenged our defensive backs a few times, and they won some of those passes. And then some of them, I kind of felt like they were close calls. Could have gone either way. Could have been a pass breakup or a pass interference, and I think they got the pass interference call. Nevertheless, we found a way to kind of hang in there, as you say, and bend but not break. But one thing we have not done, which is what we do, is create turnovers. So hopefully we can do that this second half and win this football game.
All right, Coach, thank you so very much. Good luck to you in the second half.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Coach Rich Freeman, the head coach for Morehouse and Tyrone. I mean, he wants to see some turnovers, and I think we can expect to see that, huh?
Yeah, turnovers, that's how you win games. You win games with turnovers. You win games with scoring in the red zone. And they have done the second one. Morehouse has gotten into the red zone twice, and they've scored twice. And they've come up with 1 interception, but like Coach Freeman said, they want more.
When you say want more, are you going to start to expect to see them grabbing at the football, a little bit harder hits, or just taking advantage of whatever Tuskegee throws at them?
Yeah, you take advantage. You still play your defense, and when the ball comes in your direction, yes, you catch it as a defensive back, and you do that by putting yourself in great technique situations. And defensively, those defensive linemen, the big hits, and as you said, secure the tackle, and then the second guy come in and try to dislodge the football. So that's how you create turnovers.
And we see Coach Freeman right there trying to get his team ready to go, and we are almost ready for kickoff as Tuskegee will kick it off to Morehouse. Morehouse will have their first offensive possession to start the second half as we are all tied up at 14 apiece. And the Maroon Tigers will take it out at their own 5-yard line and has some room to run, and they're brought down at the 26. So now the defense for the Golden Tigers will have to deal with this young man, Derek West. We started off with 2 quarterbacks, Jalen West and Derek West, no relation, but Jalen is more of a runner and Derek is more of a passer. And in the statistics, it was his arm that helped. He was 5 of 9, 1 interception, 141 yards passing in a little bit over a quarter and a half of play.
And that 5 for 9, 141, a lot of that came with big throws.
And now Dallas Johnson. Here goes Dallas Johnson beyond midfield. One of the freshmen that came in for the injured Ernest Davis. And this young man is stepping up big.
Again, this is how you started. You start off how you left the game, going into halftime. Hot. Morehouse comes out, running the ball, picks up big yards. Not only were they getting big yards in the passing game in the first half, now they started out getting big plays in the running game. Anything over 15 yards is considered a big play in the running game.
Before this game, Johnson only had 40 yards total on the season. West throwing long, and he overthrows the intended receiver, and looks like it was a miscommunication, and West is looking for a flag.
Yeah, again, we're looking at that same formation, the same play, the RPO, get the linebacker drawn up, and try to throw that skinny right behind those linebackers.
And you saw those first half stats, 1 touchdown, 141 yards, and Coach Ruffin is not happy, and he is trying to direct his defense. And we do have a flag on the play, and right now the officials are talking. Let's see what the official call will be.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. Illegal formation, more than 4 in the backfield on offense. Pass interference, defense, number 8. Those fouls offset, remains first down.
So the penalty is declined. And it was 2 penalties, one against the offense and the defense. They offset, and now we'll replay first down. West this time, and he can't go anywhere. He is brought down. Defense was not fooled at all. And they're able to get down on him and get a sack.
Again, I think the running back stepped to the wrong side, or either the quarterback put the ball to the wrong side. But either way, Tuskegee defense made them pay. And James, you mentioned how this classic actually has a lot of tradition in it. There's a lot of players that have played this Morehouse and Tuskegee Classic. Drayton Florence, Frank Walker, Roosevelt Williams. You got Ken Howard. He does broadcasting. Ken Woodard does broadcasting for Tuskegee.
Second down and interception. And Tuskegee has the ball back. And Delafield gets the interception, second of the night for Tuskegee. And Wes is looking like, wait a minute, what just happened? But Marquez Delafield gets the pick.
Young man made the play previously, comes back. West throws, the lefty throws it. Great position, great read again. Tuskegee has done, they've been a proud institution when it comes to playing defense. Most HBCUs, defense is something that we strive for. And again, you see no less at Tuskegee than what you've seen in the past. Frank Walker, Roosevelt Williams, Drayton Florence, their highest draft pick ever in the NFL.
And Taylor gets some positive yards out to about the 45. Methodical drives is what Coach Ruffin likes to do at Miles, and he brings that over to Tuskegee.
Well, he believes in it. He believes in it. He believes run the ball, the run sets up the pass. And he's won championships with it. So, like they say, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Williams with time. Finds a receiver. Reception made. And looks like it's a first down and more. And that was Jordan Ogletree on the reception.
Yeah, Donovan, he's on the play again. He had an interception, comes back, gives up another big play. And they've been targeting him a lot tonight in tonight's game. So Donovan, I'm pretty sure he wants to make it up.
Taylor slips by the line of scrimmage, and he is wrapped up, and they pick up his legs to try to stop him. And that front defensively for Morehouse, Derwin Wright, he's wearing number 80 tonight. They said he had a wardrobe mishap. His normal 44 was not available, so he had to take a freshman's jersey and put on number 80.
Whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes.
Pitch and catch into the end zone. Flag on the play. Cameron Selders on the coverage. That pass is intended for Ogletree. And right now, the officials are conversing to see exactly what the call will be.
Pass interference, defense, number 22. Because the foul happened in the end zone, the foul will be enforced to the 2-yard line. First
Again,
down.
anytime you don't get your head around, defensive back-wise, it's automatic. It's automatic.
Is it more important when you're a defensive back and you're going up against a taller receiver to make sure you have that proper form to turn around?
You play the ball. You play the ball. Anytime you throw the fade route, this is what people have to understand. When a quarterback throws a fade route, he's really not throwing it to the receiver. He's throwing it to a position on the field. Usually he's throwing it to that back pylon.
Give to Edwards. Oh, keeper. Good job by Bryson Williams on the fake. And he's into the end zone on a 2-yard touchdown run. And just like that, the Golden Tigers have the lead again.
Again, here we go. Fake down at this position here. Usually the defense is expecting to give the ball to the running back. Again, Williams beats Morehouse's defense again with his feet. We saw him do it in the first half. Faked it and bootlegged it again. Faked the RPO dive. Keeps the ball. Runs it in. Now they're kicking the extra point.
Point after attempt is up, and it is good. And once again, the way we started the game, Tuskegee's offense able to go down and score, but it started with defense, getting the interception, finding a receiver with the long pass to Ogletree, and eventually the dipsy-do with Williams on the keeper. They're up by 7.
Keep your eyes on the horizon 100% of the time. You are a success story in the making. You are ready to take on the world.
You are ready for this.
You will get there from here. And you can't wait to get started. And as proud supporters of HBCUs around the country, we can't wait to see how far you go.
Since 1837, historically black colleges and universities have been fulfilling their purpose to educate and empower. Since 2009, the Home Depot's Retool Your School Campus Improvement Grant Program has also been powered by a purpose to update, upgrade, and uplift HBCU campuses. Today, 44 million votes, $4.1 million, and 147 grants later, we remain inspired by the people, the passion, and the power of HBCUs to continue our purpose. Learn more at retoolyourschool.com.
Yo, new Sprite? No, same Sprite, new bottle. It's kind of like same floater, new heights.
Same jam, new style points.
Same pregame, new drip.
Same spokes, new person.
Same ice, new tray.
That's cold. New bottle, same refreshing Sprite.
When you join the HBCU family, you become part of the tradition of breaking barriers in your community, breaking ground in your career, and bringing it with everything you do. From how you look to how you move in the classroom, on the court, and on the field. That's why Academy Sports and Outdoors is proud to celebrate the HBCU legacy and all those to add to it in their own way.
Bryson Williams, the Lithonia, Georgia native, has been able to put 21 points on the board for the Tuskegee squad, looking for win number 4 in a row this season. Standing in their way is a Morehouse squad looking for their first victory of the year here in the 86th annual Tuskegee Morehouse Classic. 2-yard touchdown run by Williams. I think he's a little happy that we're showing him here on ESPN Plus.
Always good and happy as a player. Sometimes they get shy when they get put on national television.
Morehouse will take it at their own 3 and be knocked down right at about the 21-yard line. Marquez Pride on the return. And now we'll see if Derek West can shake off the interception that he threw in the last drive. As the Morehouse band and both bands are playing and entertaining the fans who have come out here to Legion Field tonight. Jalen West got the start, the redshirt freshman. And it's been the sophomore Derek West who has been lighting up the scoreboard with his arm and legs.
He's been doing a great job tonight. Doing the deep ball, running, doing it all.
And this time on the keeper, he goes nowhere fast and looks like West is down and may have gotten the wind knocked out of him, but Derek West is not doing well and he's limping, which means that Jalen West will have to go back in.
Well, you know, that's sometimes the downside of a running quarterback. You know, those quarterbacks, they don't take hits and licks as often as a running back or a wide receiver. So you have to be very careful and get as many yards as you can. And hopefully when you do get tackled, it's nothing too strenuous.
Jalen West did not throw a pass in the first half. So we'll see what he can do now. Gives to Daniels, and Daniels able to get about 2 yards on the carry before he's brought down by Woodley Apollon. Now the interesting story about Jalen West is and you see Derek West right now, they're working on his ankle, trying to see if they can get it straight so he can go back in. But Jalen West transferred in from the military academy by way of a community college, and he took 21 hours this summer in order to be eligible. And that's a feat, 21 hours in 2 months.
That's a lot of hours. That's a lot of hours. You could say he was strictly focused on academics. He didn't really have too much activity happening in his life, extracurricular activity, if you take it 20-plus hours.
No doubt about it, and he transferred out of military academy, not because he didn't like it, it's because he didn't want to run the option. Wanted to play and throw the ball a little bit, and it looks like we have a fumble on the play. Ball is loose. Tuskegee is saying that they have it, and yes, they do have it. Big number 95, Jaquan Hicks, the sophomore out of Jacksonville, Florida, saying that they have it, and Messiah Wells also in on that one. And Antonio Smith says that he wants it back. So they'll credit Messiah Wells, the freshman, with the fumble recovery.
Yeah, like he snapped the ball. I don't know why he didn't let the ball go.
And
like
there's
he held
Messiah
on to
right
it.
there. He's just lands on it.
Yeah, so, hey, Tuskegee, they got the ball, miscued by Morehouse. Advantage Tuskegee. And Rich Freeman does not like that.
And Antonio Smith is not a happy camper right now because he knows that something did go awry. Taryn Taylor, this time he scampers close to the 20-yard line. And now that offense seems as though they are really amped up and they want to really churn it out and try to get another score.
You don't want to get down too much if you're Morehouse. Yes, they've outscored themselves, but you don't want to put yourself in a hole where you got to let Jalen West try to get you back. So he hasn't been in the game as much, but right now Tuskegee is running the ball, and again, they are very potent when it comes to them getting the ball inside the red zone and scoring points.
First down on that carry by Taryn Taylor, and the ball is inside the 20 down to about the 19. Morehouse defense now has to not break. They've bent enough, and their backs against the wall as they trail by 7. Passing is Williams, and this time he can't get the ball off. He will go down, and it'll be a sack. And that one is DeJuan Wright. Normally wears 44, wearing 80 tonight, and he gets a big play.
Again, Mr. Wright and the rest of the defense, great coverage on the back end, which allows Wright to get that flushed out. Williams right to him, and he goes and gets credited with the sack. But great team defensive execution on that play.
2nd down and 17. Williams, and he goes down again. Ball is loose, and it is recovered by Tuskegee. And Sean Stinton able to be the right man at the right time. Normally plays left guard, and he was able to pick it up. But another sack for Morehouse.
Now, Morehouse is a team that they're not afraid to bring pressure. And right there, they get enough of those white jerseys around the quarterback, break down on the offensive line, not able to handle the heat from that Morehouse defense, and they get the sack.
Now 3rd down and 27. Williams. Now he's going to run, try to get some of those yards back, and he does, but still well short of the 1st down.
Third and 27. You know, as a defense, sit back, protect the sticks, still play aggressive defense, but know not to give up anything deep. And Coach Ruffin, yeah, I like watching Coach Ruffin coach. There are times when you see him, he's smooth and cool and then got his arms folded, and then there's times when he's letting the players know they messed up.
Arnez Huskett with a field goal attempt. Kick is up, and it is good. And they put 3 more on the board, and Arnez Huskett kicks it, and look at the reaction from Coach Ruffin, who coaches the special teams this year. He's like, yes, my guys did it, and they expand the lead to 10. And special teams, the difference so far in this one as Tuskegee expands their lead to 10 points. James Beretta along with Tyrone Poole. And Coach Ruffin this season is coaching the special teams. So I know he was extra happy to see that field goal go through. And they tried an onside kick. And there's a scrum for the football. And everybody's trying to get up. And let's see who has the football. And it looks like Morehouse has it. Yes, they do. And Coach Ruffin's like, man, come on.
Coach Ruffin tried to catch him sleeping.
Gertman right there to pick up that attempted onside. Let's take another look at it. They go fast and they kick it. And good job by the up back. Wow, it was just a matter of inches.
Yeah, they come out the huddle like that. Your antennas have to go up as a return team. Something is up.
And Jalen West still in at quarterback, asking the band to be quiet. He's going to keep it, and wow, goes nowhere fast. Big number 95, Jaquan Hicks, with the tackle for a loss.
Now, Tuskegee, in the way they're playing defense, they probably are not fearing too much of the throw at this point with a new quarterback. So, again, just trying to straight quarterback keeper, but Tuskegee defense is all over it. Hicks all over that play.
Give to Dallas Johnson, and he goes nowhere fast. He's wrapped up and looks like he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. A number of Golden Tigers there, and Woodley Apollon there along with his teammate, able to make the play in Isaiah Turner.
Well, Morehouse had good field position with that attempted onside kick. And now they're putting themselves in a hole, 3rd and 14.
West looking to throw, has some time, and he does find a receiver, and he's able to get pushed out of bounds short of the first down. Reception made by Cameron Brunson, the freshman.
Now, this is where West has to have a little bit pocket awareness. Just sit in the pocket, sit in the pocket. Pocket really is not breaking down around him, but he gets antsy, and he just, looks down to throw the short pass. But actually, there was a post route that was really wide open. So hang in that pocket a little bit longer and try to deliver, look downfield. Don't just take off and run so quickly.
Wildcat situation now with Kamar Carlisle, the third quarterback in, and incomplete. Kamar Carlisle, the true freshman, in at quarterback. Antonio Keenan right there on the coverage. He's like, don't bow at me. Just, I'm playing defense. And Carlisle gets his opportunity to shine, but they'll have to turn it over on downs, and they're just trying to coach up the young freshmen.
Well, unlike Tuskegee, Morehouse was not able to take advantage of a good field position after an unsuccessful onside kick by Tuskegee. On the other hand, Tuskegee took advantage of miscues by Morehouse, and they put points on the board. So, again, Morehouse, you don't want to let this game get too far out of hand. You're already down at quarterback. You want to try to keep it as close as you can.
Edwards on the carry. And he's able to get about 2 or 3. Dittler Atipu on the tackle along with Tyler Hunter.
And this is where we talked about how Coach Ruffin loves to run the ball. This is playing right down his alley. Okay, you got him he got a 10-point lead with 4 minutes and counting left in the third quarter. So he's going to run that ball with short throws like now.
Williams trying to find Antonio Meeks, but that one is high and out of bounds.
Usually you're going to get something like that on a second down. You're going to get that attempted deep ball throw, especially when you start to get close to the midfield. You're going to see that deep throw, and Williams, he's been doing a good job as far as sitting back there reading and delivering the ball correctly. Morehouse's defense has been tested on the back end. So, again, Williams, let's see if he can keep that streak going of converting third down.
And incomplete. Pass intended for Rodriguez McGee, and it just went through his hands. Had some coverage there by Taylor Harris, but incomplete.
It's a big break for Morehouse's defense, able to get off the field and force Tuskegee into giving the ball back to them. So now what Morehouse has to do, they have to take this ball and try to go down and score. I think they need to get something in this drive, because I can feel it all the way up here in the booth that momentum in Tuskegee's on their sideline is kind of going down.
Whistle blows to stop the play.
Galege, offense. Number 17, 5-yard pivot, replay, 4th down.
That'll push him back a little bit.
Yeah, the Tuskegee, were they going to try to come with a fake punt?
Now 4th down and about 12 for Ryan Duff, the punter.
Always good to see how them long snappers get that ball back there.
Fumble on the play, loose ball. Cameron Brunson was the return man, and he had his first opportunity to return a kick, and that one almost was a disaster.
Almost a disaster. Wow.
We'll take a break, come back, and see if Morehouse can get on the board. Derek West looks like he's ready to go back in.
When you're part of something bigger than yourself, it feels like all you ever do is win, win, win. And when that something is an HBCU, you know you can't help but win, win, win. So, as proud supporters of HBCU programs, we just can't lose.
Join the HBCU family. You become part of the tradition of breaking barriers in your community, breaking ground in your career, and bringing it with everything you do. From how you look to how you move in the classroom, on the court, and on the field. That's why Academy Sports and Outdoors is proud to celebrate the HBCU legacy and all those to add to it in their own way.
Sometimes you have a hard job and get little recognition, but Keelan Martin is the long snapper for Tuskegee, young man from Jasper.
You know, long snappers, they can play a long career, man. All you got to do is snap that ball. And I've seen guys play for 20-plus years in the NFL, just snapping the ball. That's all they do, just snap it. But you got to have some zip on that ball now. You got to get it back there.
Derek West back in, and good defense.
Yeah,
they call him Boone.
Yeah, the snapper, you know, the snapper. See, you don't see not too many people hanging around the snapper. You know, you go and you try to find where the people are, your buddies. Look at it. He sees himself up on the jumbo screen. Showing him a little bit of love.
Flag on the play, and they are stopping it. It seems like they may have had some movement across the front.
Start offense, number 51. 5-yard penalty remains. Second down.
And remember what Coach Freeman said. They lost 3 of their starting offensive linemen, so they are playing a lot of their freshmen who have never played in a game like this in their lives.
But see, that's actually good because actually you give those guys an opportunity to get some war licks in. So they gonna grow up fast, and that should help Morehouse's football program.
Johnson on the carry, great spin move. Dallas Johnson gets out of the hands of a defender and eventually brought down on the play. Good tackle there, open field tackle made by DeVere Hamilton.
Yeah, it almost looked like it was going to be a terrible play for Morehouse. Keep the vision going downfield, keep the feet going, ends up picking up good yards for Morehouse.
Easy pass there by West, and they get it over to Tolliver, and he is hit, and wow. Zelly Aldridge, the young man transferred from University of North Alabama, just floored him.
Yeah, actually the play, that was a good tackle and catch. And right here,
boom.
Wasn't quite.
After the play,
I don't know, I'm a defensive player.
Personal foul. Unnecessary run.
But the whistle had
late
blown.
hit. Number 30 of the defense.
Like it was just
15-yard penalty add to the end of the run. First down.
It's just the rules of the game, man. It's like, wow, you know. But I get it. I understand. Hey, you know, you got to protect the players.
So you're
I'm all
saying
about protection.
when you played, that whistle was a little bit longer? The whistle blow was a little bit longer?
You know, like I said, the game has changed. The game has changed. So it's all about protection. I'm with that. I'm all about protection.
First down, running the option. Keeping. And Jalen West on the carry. Still keeping that two-quarterback system. Now they swap them out, and Derek West is back in.
It's a great play by Tuskegee right there. You always, in order to stop the option, you got to take the dive away, have somebody on the dive, and then you got to have somebody on the quarterback and somebody on the pitch man. So a great defensive assignment by Tuskegee.
They're really leaning into the two-quarterback system now, exchanging every play. And the run is not working as a lot of those Golden Tigers can just smell it. Woodley Apollon playing that linebacker spot, able to make a play, along with Messiah Wells.
Well, this is where Morehouse has to be able to throw the ball effectively. And, you know, let's not forget about the short throw. The short throw to the flats, curl routes, those are extensions of the run game. So you let the ball be thrown short and then let your athletes run with it yards after the catch. So you don't have to go deep all the time. You can throw it short.
Derek West eludes one defender. He's going to break the line of scrimmage, gets enough for the first down, and dives into Tuskegee territory.
Again, little step, look to his left, to his right, back to his left. Had a few people open, but he decided to run the ball, but still picks up the first down for Morehouse.
From the 45 of Tuskegee, trailing by 10 is Morehouse, looking for their first victory of the year, but their third victory in this series in the last 4 years. Gonna throw it sidearm and just slings it, intended for Tolliver, but incomplete.
Yeah, I think he had a man there, had a possibility. Could have been a possible completion, but I think the carrying out of the dive, the RPO, took a little bit longer, which kind of allowed that route to develop a little bit longer than it needed to. And really, I think it was the timing that caused that incompletion. Not the effectiveness of the running of the play itself, but just the timing.
Jalen West back in, and he's going to keep it and run, has some room, gets out to the 40, inside the 40, pushed out of bounds at the 38-yard line. And they're going to keep West in.
So right now, if you're Morehouse, you're saying to yourself, okay, this is how, if you're Tuskegee, you're saying this is how Morehouse is going to try to advance the ball. They're going to try to bring West in and then run the ball. They bring Derek West in to hopefully try to throw the ball. So haven't yet seen a pass. It's been straight run.
Option over to Daniels, and he looks like he's close to the first down on that option run. He does have the first down, and they'll move the chains. Apollon over there on the tackle. And they will come to the end of the quarter. Trailing by 10 is Morehouse, but they are still fighting in there, even though Tuskegee has a 24-14 lead. Fourth quarter coming up. The interesting dynamic of Morehouse, they're part of the AU Center. Their cheerleaders come from their sister school, Spelman College. Morehouse, all-boys school, and Spelman, all-girls. So they have to go across the quad there in order to get the cheerleaders. Starting the fourth quarter. And we start with the flag. Let's see what the official call will be. And Coach Rich Freeman
False start. Offense.
is
Number 1.
patiently
5-yard
hoping
penalty.
that this offensive
Remains
line can get it
first
together.
down.
Moves them back 5. So 1st and 15. Derek West left the game with an apparent injury, came back in, and is trying to direct this team to get back in it as they trail by 10.
Yeah, he's definitely will have to get that momentum that he had in the first half, get it back in this fourth quarter.
Gives to Daniels, and Daniels is brought down by Woodley Apollon, who has had a great game in that linebacker spot.
Yeah, we've called his name several times tonight, so he's going to look good and see his name all over the stat sheet defensively for Tuskegee. He got a few crossbones on his helmet, so you know he's been doing some great stuff.
West gets it out to Daniels as a safety valve, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
You don't see too many guys with those crossbones on the front of their helmet. You know, you take a look at all the defensive guys that had a little crossbone. That means that they've been making plays on defense.
Daniels will lead the game. Coming back in is Dallas Johnson from the running back spot. You see Apollon trying to get the defense aligned correctly.
That's why he got them crossbones. Look at all them crossbones on his helmet, man. He's been making plays. Just look at everybody else's helmet. Look at his helmet, the front of his helmet. Look at everybody else's helmet. There's a reason for that. He's a playmaker.
Great observation. And they tried to do the draw and could not make anything happen on that one.
Yeah, look at them helmets.
Looks like we got a player down for Morehouse. We'll take a break and see if we can get an update on the player. Stay tuned. Head coach Rich Freeman really dealing with a mash unit as Dallas Johnson was helped off the field. He can't afford to lose any more running backs. His star running back, Ernest Davis, is out for this game. and it's been sophomores and freshmen who have stepped up. 4th down and 15, and they're going to go for it. Looking to try to make a play, and down goes West. Another big sack and another big play by this defense. Messiah Wells steps up big, the freshman, playing a big role today.
You know, I think there's a point in the game where you start to see the momentum just completely turn, and I think you're beginning to see the complete turn towards Tuskegee. Their defense has come out and has been shutting down Morehouse in the second half. They made the right adjustments, and Derek West, Jalen West, neither one has been able to get that Morehouse offense going again, and Tuskegee defense has been playing lights out the second half, and their offense has been doing just enough to give the defense an opportunity to rest. So let's see if Tuskegee offense can take advantage of this good field position.
Taylor trying to go wide on the near side, and Tyler Hunter is right there to bring him down.
And, you know, Morehouse has been able to throw the ball offensively. I know they're on defense now, but offensively, they have been able to throw the ball pretty effectively against Tuskegee. So I would expect Morehouse, when their defense gets the ball back to their offense, that they throw the ball a little bit more. But Williams, he's been doing a great job for Tuskegee, heading that offense and mixing it up with the running game in the pass.
Taylor breaks the line of scrimmage, may have gotten 2 on that one before he's brought down.
And Taylor, he's another one. He's been doing a great job. I know that Dante Edwards came over with Coach Ruffin, but Taylor has shown that he can carry the load, and he's been doing a great job tonight, along with Williams and all of that offensive linemen and wide receivers. They've been converting where they need to convert.
Interesting part about this, you see Tuskegee's record at 3-2. They're 3-0 in the conference, and for Coach Ruffin, a win tonight will put them in sole possession of the SIAC West lead. Taylor now, wow, good stutter step, and he's going to go to the near side, has some room to run, and goes out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down. And you can see this senior running back, the way he can shift and change speeds.
Yeah, I think he got hidden behind those offensive linemen, and the defensive line of Morehouse didn't know where he was. Watch he go up in there, it's like, okay, where did he go? He bounces out to the outside, no containment. Scampers for a first down for Tuskegee. See, that's what I say about Coach Ruffin. You know, right there, that's his we're ahead, everything is okay face. And then he'll turn into what, like a John Gruden, Chucky? We got to give Coach Ruffin a name. He's
Ruffy.
Cool right now.
Ruffy instead of Chucky.
Ruffy. He going to turn into Ruffy.
And Taylor tries to find a hole anywhere he can and may have gained 2 on that carry. Yeah, instead of Chucky, call him Ruffy.
Yeah, so he be Ruffin. So right there, he's Ruffin, Coach Ruffin. Cool, calm, thinking, methodically, okay, what am I going to eat after this game right here? Let's see. We're going to go back. We're going to chill. I say, I got to pay my light bill tomorrow. Okay, we got to go to practice. Okay, what's that noise? Somebody say something? No thoughts going through his head, but now, Coach Ruffin, I played against Coach Ruffin, so I can mess with him like that. When he was at North Alabama, I was at Fort Valley, so good guy.
Williams looking to throw, has somebody in the end zone and knocked out of the hands of the intended receiver. Jonathan Montrevel on there, and once again, Carlos Donovan making a good coverage.
Yeah, we call Donovan's name again a lot. Again, he's been making plays. He would make a play, and he would give up a play. He'll make a play and give up a play, but he's still on top making plays. So along with Donovan and Darwin right there in the 25, those guys are holding it down on the back end for Morehouse, trying to give Williams right here not too much access to his wide receivers.
3rd down, and wow, down goes Williams.
Yeah, Morehouse comes with the pressure. 3rd down, comes with the pressure, gets the sack. Great call by the defensive coaching staff.
Xavier McKinney there gets credit for the sack from the linebacker spot, and boom, just like that.
Again, delayed blitz. Delayed blitz allowed the defensive lineman to get engaged with the offensive lineman of Tuskegee, and that allows that gap to open up free to the quarterback. Down goes Williams. And Williams had a pretty good game. He's had a pretty good game. He's been controlling that Tuskegee offense, and he's done what he needed to do tonight.
Ryan Duff with the punt. And goes into the end zone for a touchback. 9:19 left here in regulation. 10 points divide Tuskegee and Morehouse. 86th annual Tuskegee Morehouse Classic right here in Birmingham, Alabama. Stay tuned. And for Tuskegee, the Golden Tiger defense has stepped up big here in the second half and pitched an almost shutout. Interception there by Delafield, and the defensive front seven has been outstanding. They've been able to catch him and sack him, get turnovers, and for Coach Ruffin, that's what he wants to see from his defense.
Yeah, that's what he wants to see from his defense, but most importantly, he likes to see that 24-14, 10-point lead. Now he wants his defense to hold on to that lead and keep Morehouse on this side of the field.
Jalen West still in, and he finds Tolliver. Delancey Tolliver gets out to the 30-yard line. Looks like he has enough for the first down, and they'll move the chains.
Again, Morehouse has been able to throw the ball effectively against Tuskegee. So I would expect them with 8:59, 8:57 left in this game for them to increase their passing attack.
Daniels on the carry, and wow, good move there. Gets to the outside and still staying on his feet. Goes to about the 43-yard line. Good job by Charles Daniels, the fourth.
Yeah, a little nifty footwork there. The most important thing was able to get out of bounds. But again, take a look at it. Designed to go up in that B gap, C gap, wasn't there. Great vision, bounce outside, and don't hit him in the wrong place on big thighs. Some of them running backs will make you pay when you try to hit him in the thighs.
Dallas Johnson breaks the line of scrimmage and gets close to midfield. Able to get about 5 yards on that carry before he's brought down.
Now, this is going to be an important drive for Morehouse. They have to get some points. I don't care if it's 3 points. They have to get something out of this drive, because once Tuskegee gets that ball back, believe me when I say this, they're going to go into their 4-minute offense, that they're going to run that ball, milk that clock. So Morehouse has to convert and score points with this possession here.
Derek West throwing it deep and almost intercepted, in and out of the hands of at least 2 defenders for Tuskegee. And Stanley Livingston was the last one to touch it for the Golden Tigers.
Yeah, again, sometimes you got to take what the defense gives you. You don't actually have to try to get it all in a big chunk. And right there, Derek West is lucky that that ball was not picked off.
3rd down and 4 now for the Maroon Tigers. Trail by 10. Throwing it sidearm and finds a receiver, but incomplete. Ball falls to the turf, intended for Marquez Pride. And you can see Antonio Keenan saying, no, not today.
Yeah, we've called his name a lot. So he look at the crossbones. He got them crossbones on his helmet. So he made plays. I'm telling you, it's something about them crossbones. When you make plays, you get, that's how you know, again, when you're a playmaker. You get them crossbones. Kind of like Ohio State. You know, they get those, whatever they get, they got a particular name, the Buckeyes. So you see a helmet full of those crossbones, they have been making plays.
So were you a crossbone guy or just a football guy on your helmet? We got a timeout. We'll take it with them, and 24-14 is your score. Tuskegee with the lead, but Morehouse driving. Rich Freeman patiently hoping that his team can find a way to convert here on 4th down and keep the drive alive. They trail by 10, looking for their first win of the season here against their arch rival Tuskegee.
Something deep, something long. That's a great play call. Take off.
West is going to go, and the ball is loose.
They've been having trouble holding on to the ball a lot. Offense, special teams.
And they'll call it a forward pass attempt, which will be an incompletion, and he'll turn it over on downs.
Again, I think West should have taken off a little bit sooner. right there, it opened up. He should have taken off a little bit sooner. And again, situational football. We got to get the first down. If the receiver is not there, you see it open up, take off, go get the first down. Situational football.
Now, that looked more like a fumble, but they said it was a pass attempt. Oh, they say his knee was down, so really wouldn't have mattered. And now Williams has an opportunity to try to put this one on ice in the last 7 minutes with a 10-point lead. Give to Edwards, and Edwards able to get 2 or 3 yards on the carry.
Yeah, this is where you're going to see Tuskegee run the ball. So I'm expecting about the time Morehouse gets the ball back, unless they can create a turnover, which they need to be optimistic here on defense and try to rip that ball out anytime Edwards or Taylor carries the ball. But I expect Tuskegee to hold on to this ball for a lot of time.
Dorian Black just pushes the center. Jalen Franks just completely out of the way on that one.
And that's not what you want to do. Now, see, you're helping Tuskegee out. You just helped the offensive coordinator out. You just helped Williams out right there. You just helped Edwards out. So you hurt yourself if you're Morehouse. You just made it even a high percentage that Tuskegee would get the first down, and then they're going to milk the clock even more.
Coach Ruffin just being stoic and patient. Quick pass and reception made. And he's going to stay on his feet. Jonathan Montreville on the reception. And a first down. They'll move the chains. Clock continues to run.
Got the first down. Good thing for Tuskegee. The clock is running. Got the first down. Clock is still running. And they've actually moved closer to the end zone. Bad thing for Morehouse. You gave them the first down. Now the clock is going to run even more. Less time for Morehouse's offense to have the ball. Right now, Morehouse needs at least 2 possessions of that football. That's why I said the last possession was very important.
Fumble on the play. Ball is loose, and Williams will cover it and go down for a loss. Only good thing that came out of that one, the clock will continue to run.
Exactly.
So now 2nd and long for the Golden Tigers. And they're going to take their sweet, precious time and let the clock run down.
That's what they call milking the clock. You got 10 seconds on the play clock, so they can take that thing all the way down to 5 seconds before they snap it.
Taylor on the run, and Taylor keeping his feet, staying on his feet, and gets close to a first down, maybe a yard shy. And check that, that was Dante Edwards on the carry.
And you know, the one thing I don't see with Morehouse's defense, I don't see a sense of urgency. So are they really, conceding right now? You see not too good of an attempt on a tackle right there by the safety of Morehouse. And you don't see really that intensity on their defense anymore.
Can you back up a little bit, please?
3rd and 1. Give to Edwards. He gets the first down and barrels his way down to the 12-yard line. And it seems as though Edwards is getting a second win and has more pep in his step on every carry.
Well, he's been sharing the backfield with Taylor. So anytime you can have a 1-2 punch, you're always going to have fresh legs in the fourth quarter. When you got a big guy like Edwards, he's just pounding that defense.
Morehouse has called a timeout. We'll see if they can have a defensive stand and get the ball back to their offense. Four minutes left here in the Tuskegee Morehouse Classic, the 86th installment, and Rich Freeman and Reginald Ruffin are good friends, but right now dueling coaches, as Coach Ruffin is trying to extend their win streak to 4 games. Edwards on the carry, and looks like he gets close to the 7-yard line, and the clock will continue to run.
Yeah. It's a valiant attempt. Morehouse, came out pretty fired up the first half, and really I haven't seen that energy in the second half that they had in the first half. I know Tuskegee converted a couple of turnovers into some points, and Morehouse, I understand they have a lot of injuries, but hey, next man up. So, but regardless, you can play with energy. They still can control that regardless of what the score is.
Edwards barrels his way forward and may have gained 1 on that one to bring up 3rd down, but the clock now is approaching the 3-minute mark and falling beneath it. So the sense of urgency needs to be there for Morehouse. If they're going to try to get a turnover, now's the time.
Yeah, Morehouse need to do everything they can to try to take the ball away, cause a fumble, anything they can do. They need to get that ball back. And even then, they get it back, they got to go to a 2-minute offense and then probably come back with the onside kick to try to get the ball back again, because they need to score twice.
Keeping it is Williams. He's going to go wide and into the end zone. Bryson Williams, and that will put the game on ice. His 2nd touchdown scamper of the night.
Yes, they say the nail in the coffin. All of the Morehouse hopefuls, the fans that showed up, they've kind of exited the door, and the rest that stayed around, they probably, after seeing that touchdown, the weather's getting cooler, so they probably headed to the car. But if you're Tuskegee, you're like, hey, great job, guys. Look like they're going to move themselves to a 4-game winning streak.
2:23 left in the game, and it's time to smile if you're a Golden Tiger fan, because they're just a few minutes away from winning the Classic. For the third straight week, Reginald Ruffin's squad able to score 30 or more points against a conference opponent. Started off with Allen University, then an overtime thriller against Clark Atlanta, and now in the Tuskegee Morehouse Classic, they're able to put up 31. And that offense is finally starting to click.
Yeah, they looking at a schedule where they have Lane College coming up. They have Central State coming up, and then Lane College. So, the way their team is beginning to gel, they could roll themselves right into a SIAC West championship,
which would propel them into the SIAC championship game as Morehouse brings it out to about the 26-yard line with 2:17 left to play. And for Morehouse, they'll be still in search of victory number 1. But I think they have a ray of light because they found a quarterback that can be effective, and they found a running game, and their defense at times was playing very well.
Well, what they have to do, like Coach Freeman said, the players are playing with energy. They came in the first half and played with energy in this classic. What Morehouse has to do, they have to learn that they have to play with the same type of energy every game. So you just can't pick it up just because you're playing in a classic. If you're going to win, you want to get rid of that goose egg, get a win under your belt, they got to play with a lot of energy.
Marquez Pride on the reception for Morehouse, as now they're going into their 2-minute offense and trying to move as quickly as possible to score. From the 37, Derek West, and that one almost intercepted, but a flag is thrown on the near side at the 46.
And if you're Morehouse, you're going to Fort Valley, and then you play Benedict. 2 good teams.
No doubt about it.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 7. 10-yard penalty, first down.
And you see Coach Ruffin, he's like, wait a minute, what's going on? What are you saying? We're not trying to extend this game.
Yeah, 154, he's trying to go ahead and get this thing over with. But, again, if you coach Freeman, the Morehouse Maroon Tigers, again, Fort Valley, Benedict, Albany State, that's their 3 next games. So you're hoping that somewhere they can get a victory.
West getting some pressure, tries to throw it to Daniels, but in and out of his hands and out of bounds. Clock is stopped with 1:48, and now 2 flags are thrown. Antonio Keenan saying, wait a minute, what happened?
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 53. 15-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Unsportsmanlike against the offense, and that means that Morehouse will be pushed back 15. And Coach Freeman's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I think it was on Antonio Smith. So now 2nd down and down the street and around the corner. They got to go a long way to get a first.
Second and 25.
West throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, makes it 3rd and 25. So, either way, they got to get that ball deep. They got to pick up a big chunk of yards here just to be able to put themselves in a situation where it's a manageable 4th down.
And Derek West's leg may have said he's had enough. And now entering Jalen West. Oh, check that. Kamar Carlisle in now at quarterback. Carlisle looking to throw, getting some pressure, and he's going to throw it And into the ground, incomplete. Intended closest receiver was Pride.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown a pass, I think, since early in the first half. So his arm is not warmed up. So that's why you got that ball in the dirt. It's just like a pitcher. That's why they get over relief pitchers time to warm up. You know, they bring them in as far as baseball. So when you come in cold as a quarterback and you try to throw that ball, especially when you're on the run, the technique is just off.
Baker to punt for Morehouse. And it will take a bounce and mark dead at the 40-yard line, and that's where the victory formation for the Golden Tigers will start to ensue.
Yeah, it's a valiant attempt by the Morehouse Maroon Tigers, Tuskegee Golden Tigers. So you got the Maroon Tigers and the Golden Tigers. But Coach Ruffin, his boys came out a little bit more golden than the Maroon Tigers came out. But even though in the first half, it was going back and forth. But Morehouse just ran out of steam.
Bryson Williams now will get the snap and kneel it as the clock continues to run. And it looks like everything is working for Coach Ruffin now after a slow start. And part of that start was he didn't have all the pieces to the puzzle until fall camp. He had a lot of guys that transferred, which means they were graduate transfers. They had to graduate first before they could come on campus. So they really didn't have as much time as they needed to instill their system. And basically it was a work in progress as the season has gone along.
Well, that makes it even more intriguing. You know, Coach Ruffin, he got his guys going in the right direction. And I understand, you know, AD, head coach, you know, that's a dual position. But at least he's handing the keys over to whomever the next head coach is going to be at Tuskegee. He's giving them the road map. He's actually laid the foundation of an identity and giving hope back to Tuskegee, as they would say. Tuskegee alum and all of the hopefuls at Tuskegee. And also, this is a good way to recruit, you know, for those young guys in high school looking to come to Tuskegee.
Chase Sellers on the carry, gets his first opportunity to run the football tonight. One of the younger running backs in the stable that they have at Tuskegee.
And I can see Tuskegee, Coach Ruffin and those Golden Tigers running the table for the rest of their games. You know, I don't see them having too much of a problem with Central State. But anything can happen. Anything can happen. They say any given Sunday, any given Saturday. But, you know, Coach Ruffin, he's beginning, like you said, James, to show these guys the winning tradition again back here. He did it at Miles College, and he's doing it again here at Tuskegee. And Coach Ruffin's been around a lot of great players and coaches.
Let's take a look at our impact players. Derek West and Jalen West, the two quarterback combo, got 14 points on the board in the first half, and then in the second half, they've been unable to get on the board. Dante Edwards been able to get some hard-fought yards for Tuskegee. Continuing to run the football, and now it's approaching a minute left, and he stayed in bounds, and now they're just going to let that clock run. They may get one more play off before the 86th annual Tuskegee Morehouse Classic will come to an end.
Yeah, and Coach Ruffin, you know, he's done a great job. He has the opportunity of being in the state of Alabama. You know, he has opportunity to go to various clinics and, you know, get with coaches like Nick Saban of Alabama and Robinson at Alabama State, right? So there's a lot of great coaches in the state of Alabama running some great programs.
They take the 5-yard penalty for a delay of game, and now it's just a matter of kneeling it one more time. And for Coach Ruffin, the job is not done yet. This is his last season coaching football as he transitions into full-time, full AD at Tuskegee. But I would think that he wants to try to walk away with one more title under his belt. Going to run it one more time. And timeout is called one more time. As
did Morehouse take a timeout?
So it was turned over on downs. And now this will be Morehouse on offense with Jalen West in. Check that. That'll be Kamar Carlisle in at quarterback because they turned it over on downs, and they get one more opportunity to try to get on the scoreboard. Carlisle with time, getting pressure on the backside, and he goes down. And you can see the celebration, and you can see the look on the face of Coach Ruffin as his team will now walk away champions again of the 2022 86th annual Tuskegee Morehouse Classic, and they improve to 4-2 as Morehouse will fall to 0-6 in sportsmanship. Center stage here at this annual classic. And for Tuskegee, they remain undefeated in conference play. And for Coach Ruffin, his final ride as head coach is still on the winning side.
Yeah, I think you saw Coach Ruffin at the end of that game right there. He turned around. He jumped in a circle, turning around. I think he was thinking that somebody's going to dump some water on him. And it's getting into the fall, and, you know, that temperature is dropping. So, but I'm pretty sure he's definitely happy about the win. The classic, you know, get the trophy, take it back to Tuskegee, and continues that 4-game winning streak now. And again, the next game is against Central State and then Lane College. So Coach Ruffin has the Golden Tigers headed in the right direction.
And right now we're waiting for the trophy presentation. And for this classic, 86 years, and for 84 of them, it was played in Columbus, Georgia. Mayor Woodfin, the mayor of Birmingham, Alabama, along with some other sponsors, made a proposal. That proposal was accepted. They made the transition over to Birmingham, and we've just been hearing rave reviews about how the players and the coaches like playing here at the Old Great Lady, and of course the pageantry and all the fun that goes along with a classic game. And you add to that the fact that you're here in the Magic City of Birmingham, Alabama, and for Coach Ruffin, one last time to hoist the trophy as a coach for Tuskegee in this classic.
You know, the difference of the venues, you mentioned that, the difference of the venues. Of course, when they played in Columbus, they were playing on grass. Here they play on turf. In Columbus, it's a smaller stadium, so when the crowd really gets in there, it really packs it and makes that noise even more intense. Here is a larger stadium, larger venue.
And that's the trophy right there. And Coach Ruffin, first of all, the importance of winning this game and keeping that win streak alive. How important is it for your young squad?
1-0. So the biggest thing is, man, going into halftime, making an adjustment. These guys coming back out the second half and doing following the game plan, sticking with the game plan, being better than we were the first half. So I'm just so excited. You know, this big rivalry, Morehouse-Tuskegee Classic, man, it goes back a long time, man. So, you know, if you don't win this game, a lot of time they were firing us. So I knew it was big for us, and we had to bring that trophy back in the city of Birmingham, give it back to Tuskegee, man. I'm just so excited and proud of these guys.
Coach, when you at the end of the game, we were looking at you. Were you expecting somebody to try to douse you with some Gatorade, or you told them before the game, no Gatorade showers right now?
No, we hadn't won the championship, so I told the guys, you know, ain't no Gatorade showers. You know, we hadn't done anything yet. We're just trying to still get better, one game at a time. We want to know. After Saturday, today, we want to know.
Coach, congratulations. Go get your trophy.
Thank you, guys.
And there's the trophy for the 86th Annual Tuskegee Morehouse Classic. They'll have the trophy presentation. You see the mayor, Randall Woodvin, right there in the background. And this one is most likely bittersweet because he is a Morehouse graduate, but had a long relationship with Coach Ruffin, who was at Miles for a very long time. They actually played some of their games here at Legion Field, which is controlled by the city of Birmingham. And there's the mayor right there with the hoodie on as he goes to the field as they present the trophy to the 2022 Tuskegee Morehouse Classic champions, the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. And there's the mayor.
It's not Coach Ruffin's first time hoisting up a winning trophy. So the guys used to winning, and Tuskegee is a winning tradition, a winning program. So this is what they're trying to bring back to the alums of Tuskegee. So very impactful for this institution.
Bryson Williams earns an MVP of the 86th Annual Tuskegee Morehouse Classic.
Give him two. That trophy is going to be forever implanted on his trophy case. So Mr. Williams is always going to carry that with him, and he's always going to be a part of this traditional classic between Morehouse and Tuskegee. So he'll be able to come back years and years from now and let everybody know that he was the MVP of the 2022 Classic.
And now the trophy presentation, the team trophy. And there it is. The Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, 700 wins and counting as a program. And that is one that they can add to the trophy case. A beautiful trophy for the Tuskegee Morehouse Classic.
Hey, Tuskegee fans, hey, university student body, hey, thank you guys so much for the continued support. We're bringing this trophy home. Thank you.
My question is, can players get replicas of that trophy?
That may be something in the planning committee for next year. And Tuskegee will continue to march on as they try to win the SIAC Western Division and make a trip to the